Round one here. We got to keep. We got things to do. Here we go. Really stoked to be playing 5 colors after being not playing 5 colors for forever. The deck is missing. It's not like perfect. It's missing things like a villainous wealth. Yummy. We'll start with the bivouac so that can get most of what we're doing. We still need to get our white on, but I don't have any white source yet. So the Jeskai Charm's just chilling. Glad to have drawn another morph. Question is, do I want to get this Ice Feather Aven out pronto? Oh, now there's a Ghost Fireblade. Or not. I think we're just going to play another dual land and play the Ghost Fireblade. Especially now that I have the Ghost Fireblade, because this flyer gets a little bit better later on. Probably lead with the Stalker next turn. What do I want? I guess just a black source. Since I have a lot of blue, we'll start with the Dismal Backwater. And then get this guy down. Take a little bit of damage. Opponent might be able to loot. Opponent's looking to do the Jeskai thing, which means I'm always worried about, even though it's a rare, the Flying Crane technique, because you just get destroyed with that card super fast. Also, in general, Jeskai, you want to get rid of their creatures as fast as possible, so a little scary if I don't start developing my board, which means Glacial Stalker I think will come down as a morph next. Still not great to be blocking a Jeskai Elder because of prowess, but might start stemming things a wee bit. And by things, I mean stemming the aggression here. Opponent loots away a land. Oh, okay. Maybe my opponent's also doing a greedy big old build. Ooh, Wind Scout. Okay. And a Fenza. I need a white source. If only I had a white source, then soon this guy would get crazy. I could just play the Ice Feather Aven now that the Jeskai Wind Scout's here. I don't entirely love that. I can still take a pretty nasty hit. If I morph this Glacial Stalker, if I draw an untapped land, I'll be able to next turn play a morph and equip the Ghost Fireblade. If that doesn't happen, I could just equip and keep Force Away up, which seems kind of nice in order to, start getting these guys out and about. We'll see, but I definitely know that this is what I want to do right now. Just hope there's no removal spell for it, like a Savage Punch, because then any kind of removal spell that takes this morph out puts me way behind on tempo, and these guys start pounding through for a ton. So I need this morph to stick around for a little bit at least. But the name of my game is just staying alive long enough to start deploying all my super powerful spells. Alright, opponent appropriately attacks in, but no removal spell is nice. Definitely not blocking. Don't love these loots my opponent gets, but can't do anything about it quite yet. Near future, though. In the near future. I'm really considering just putting the Ghost Fireblade on my morph and keeping up Force Away. Even if I do draw an untapped land, instead of playing my Ice Feather Aven face down. I like having my Force Away available, especially to my opponent's open mana here. And we're on the defense, so I'm going to put you there for you. So my opponent have a Force Away? What is it? Oh, it's a Winter Flame. Interesting. That's going to kill the dude. It sets me back quite a bit. At least the prowess doesn't happen on my opponent's turn. Problem is, I am in a bad spot now. I can blow a Force Away just to save life. I think we're just going to have to go ahead and play the Ice Feather Aven down to try to block this Jeskai Wind Scout and try to start preserving the life total. I know I'm up pretty high, but Jeskai just kind of wins out of nowhere. And again, if I can just trade away some of my opponent's things, I'm pretty sure even though my opponent's able to loot a lot right now, I should be able to get back into this game with what I have. Problem is, I'm either drawing a land next turn, and then my best play is a Rotting Mastodon. Well, unless I draw one of my 3 planes that are untapped, because I have these 2 dead cards in my hand, which is, of course, always a danger, playing 5 colors. But the whole point is once you get to unlock your spells, they're in pretty good shape. All right, opponent's still going for it. I'm pretty priced into blocking here. Or am I? No, I'm not. I mean, my opponent must have a combat trick or something. So I'll just let that damage through some more. No, that's a lie. I still want those tricks out of hand. Why can't I block? I'd already skipped that part? Oh well. I changed my mind, so that was a little too late. I already clicked through into when I actually declare blockers. But I should have just blocked, because otherwise I'm going to check. I need it out of my opponent's hand, because my opponent's going to just be able to kill me with it quickly anyway. But it could be right to keep it, just because I do need to have something for my Gustfire Blade to go on if I do not draw another spell. How much does it cost normally? 3 to equip? Oy. So it could be if I draw an untapped land next turn, which is doubtful in my deck, I equip onto the Ice Feather Aven and keep Force Away up. I mean, that might need to happen. Small backwater. Or is there any reason I want Force Away available? I think I'd rather just have a 4/4 flyer. It has some pretty decent blocks available to me. Because otherwise I'm just trading. Alright, if this can put in a profitable block scenario for me, then I might be in some decent shape. Opponent ditched a Riverwheel Aerialist? Maybe just need to find more lands? Interesting. Didn't notice that. Amy G. Deloyd. I have no clue if that's exactly how your name's supposed to be. Alright, opponent's just deploying more threats, which gets a little scary for me, especially in the idea of Flying Crane technique. But get to hang out now, so that's nice. And this Rotting Mastodon's going to go a long way. Ooh, Master the Way. We're actually going to go ahead and rock that out right now. Because, really, why not? I can deal with both these guys pretty easily. The morphs are a little bit scary, and it's always dangerous to waste your removal spell. What's it going to be? It's going to be 5 damage, though. My opponent can't flip. It could just be on, like, some dorky morph. I don't know. But since I can handle the other guys okay, I'm just going to go ahead and take out a morph. We'll make it the second morph. And that was Infreet Weapon Master, so I'm glad it's gone. We have an Archer's Parapet to continue stabilizing the board as needed. Definitely not attacking, because I don't have Vigilance, right? No, why would I have Vigilance? So yeah, these guys will come down and be able to stabilize pretty well. Another Wind Scout. Okay, maybe I'm a little worried about flyers. Means this Ice Feather Aven's got to do some loving here. But so far, that's been able to happen. Ooh, or I could have an Abomination of Good Duel. For now, how do I want to maximize my mana? Could be Force Way up, which I kind of like. But I'd rather not, I don't think. Maybe just get the Rotting Mastodon down so I can block the morph favorably. But Archer's Parapet does the same thing. Trying to decide how I want this Abomination to come down. I can do the Parapet and morph the Abomination Good Duel down. Kind of like that. Just to get more dudes out, which is nice on the board state. But I happen to love having this Force Away available now that I want to protect my Ice Feather even from, like, my opponent wants to try to attack and, like, do a combat trick or something. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Archer's Parapet. Keep up Force Away. Just bide my time. Alright, opponent's going in. Obviously there's a trick here. We're hoping to get it with the Force Away. what else do you have? Interesting. Is there a way to finish off this guy? Hordeling Outburst. No, you're just trying to rush through. So maybe it's like a Trumpet Blast deck or something. I don't know. That's fascinating. I'll still take that. Still need to be aware of Trumpet Blast. Ooh. I don't know if I can attack right now, though. Would love to. Alright, if I play the Rotting Mastodon, I have 3 blockers, wink, and then 3, 6, 9. I'm not dead on the crackback, and the blockers are all very good for me. Already shown that my opponent is just attacking in with nothing, so that's nice. I could just attack with Ice Feather Aven, because it will allow me to take out like the Jeskai Wind Scout. By playing the Martyr Harpers, it gets me another blocker. I remove a blocker, but I also get to kill something and do some damage. It's kind of nice. I don't remove a blocker, sorry. Yeah, I don't have an extra blocker, but I kill my opponent. But if my opponent has something to keep the Piercer from doing its job, then I'm a little worried, because then I'm at lethal on the crackback. So I think I will just wait. You know, what could there be? A Force Away? A +1/+. Actually, there's nothing my opponent can have for this mana now that the pumps are gone. I'm actually interested in this Mardu Heart Piercer. Or maybe, yeah, I think the best thing is just play the Abomination Duel face down, add more to the blocking board, and then keep Force Away available. That still seems pretty nice to me. Because this can still block a Goblin, and my opponent will kind of be forced to do the Trumpet Blast here. So we develop our blocks more. Okay, opponent's still going for it. Blocking here. And I think I want to block here and here. Let me do some math, though. Because that's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And nothing would pump for 3. If like a Trumpet Blast is used and 3 is to flip the morph, that's not going to work. So I would still be at 1, but that'd be dangerous with that much going on. I could go ahead and move the Parapet over to this morph. It's the same damage because if Trumpet Blast is hit, this guy gets to be a 2/3, so that doesn't really matter. It's more about, is there anything that Trumpet Blast could do plus a flip that I'm worried about? And no, there's not. There could be a Trumpet Blast and a pump. Free Weapon Master goes down. Ah, I see, I see. So we just bounce the Jeskai Wind Scout, right? Keep my dude alive. Do I want to trade, though? I don't think I do. Taking 6 here. We'll bounce our dude. Yeah. Ooh, Abomination. That's nice as well. I think we're going to go ahead and ditch Anafenza. If I draw white, the +1/+1 gain lifelink is going to be pretty cool. You can kill 1 goblin. Down to 6, though. But we have good blockers here. Ooh, and a Savage Punch? That's fantastic. So we're going to go ahead and Savage Punch as well as play another Abomination, and then we should be in a really good shape. Let's make sure this guy resolves. There's nothing I have to worry about, right? Yeah. For 1 red is what I'm thinking. That guy's gone. This guy's down. And I feel fairly stabilized. We know my opponent has, of the 3 cards now still left in hand, a Jeskai Wind Scout. Which means this Ice Feather Even is kind of key, but we're hoping to kill it this next turn with the Heart Piercer. Love that my opponent's tapped out. Don't know that there's a bunch more creatures on the other side of the table, but I gotta take one out with the Mardu Heart Piercer. Ooh, and an Air of the Wilds. Alright, attack with the Ice Feather Aven. Jeskai Wind Scout, I assume is not going to block. We'll play the Heart Piercer for another blocker on the ground. This Wind Scout will then be dead. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 guys coming in against 4 blockers. And I can move the Ghostfire Blade onto one of the morphs and have a big old boy there. Alternatively, I could just play the Rotting Mastodon, but I really don't want this Ice Feather Aven going around, getting handled and my opponent being able to bash it in a 2-turn clock with the Jeskai Wind Scout. Then I have to like flip the Abominations or something like that. So yeah, let's just go ahead and do the attack first. I've been able to draw a lot of gas, by the way. Being able to function fairly well with just 5 mana. Alright, that's the turn. Opponent continues just to draw tons of land. Was able to loot some of them away earlier too, so pretty big flood on my opponent's part. And now stuck with not a whole lot to do. I will definitely gain an extra life here. Don't want the Mastodon or the Air. I guess it doesn't really matter. They're both just blockers. I could just start flipping and attacking. And I think as I just continue to develop the board, we're just going to maximize our mana. I don't need to leave up a combat trick to flip the Abominations per se. So we'll just go ahead and get the Rotting Mastodon down and feel really good against this Morph dude. And attack in the air. My opponent could have a flying Morph and like unflip it. But I'm actually okay with that. Alright, defense is up. I like that. 5 blockers to 4 attackers, and we are at 7 life, so we're not like super dire death. Of course, Flying Crane technique does get us. Rugged Highlands. Okay, not quite there. We're going to start gaining some life. I don't think I can really play around Flying Crane technique, so I'm not going to. What I just need to decide now is, like, do I want to start attacking like this Abomination? Because I can flip it and start looting. I kind of like that idea. Does a lot of damage, too. That's 5 damage, 3-turn clock. Yeah, let's do that. And then I'm actually okay with attacking with both of these guys. Ooh, what does my opponent have here? Ooh, 1,000 Winds. That's gonna be scary. I killed the wrong morph earlier. What did I kill? A free Weapon Master? That's the one I wanted to kill. Alright, so I don't get my loot on. Still can equip the Ghostfire Blade. After that, I'm just kind of hosed, so my opponent's going to attack me with this dude. And I actually do just want more land now because I can kind of dump my hand. So instead of saving this for like a loot later, I'm actually okay with that. My opponent has Trumpet Blast. I'm dead. So my opponent attack in with a gigantic 5/6 flyer. And my opponent does. Right, looking to close this game out in 2 turns. Can't blame my opponent there. Aerostorm 2 gets me. No, Scaldkin. Okay. It's a little scary. I'm basically at 1 now. Really need a Plains untapped to get this Jeskai Charm online. Ooh. What was my opponent getting? Probably a Whirling Outburst? Winter Flame. Does that dude go to the face? target creature. No, but it does tap down flyers. Now my opponent has 2 flyers plus a kill to the face. I'm basically at 1. I think I need a plains to survive. That's not it. It's an untapped land, though. I don't have enough mana to do a whole lot else. So, play the Ice Feather Aven. How do I do with this 1,000 Winds? There's a 2 and a tapper coming through. Which means I need 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I don't think I can get there in any way. Because I think I need to have 2 flyers on the table plus a removal spell. Because I have to be able to like block the Skullkin pretty easily. All I can do, I can flip the Abomination and play the Ice Feather even. It gets me 2 flyers. And my opponent may not know. No, because my opponent's just going to pay 2 to kill the Ice Feather even, right? I don't think I got it. I don't think I got it. I think I'm just wasting time, and I'm low on time, so that's kind of not okay. So in this instance, I'm just going to go ahead and try to run out some shizzle. No, I think we're going to do the bounce thing. I'm playing to what my opponent may not know to do, so we'll see. We're going to cast face down. We're going to move over 1. And then we're going to flip the guy. And then what? I bounce the Skullkin? I mean, I'm still dying, but it's something. It's not great because my opponent can just turn it down, but again, just kind of trying to play it out, see if my opponent doesn't do the Winter Flame tap attack thing. For all my opponent knows, this might be a 2/1 flyer. The white bird, the Aven. Alright. Pretty sure I'm dead. Which means I'm really crunched for time to try to win in 2 games, which is always my problem. So I'm just going to concede here. Because of time, normally I like to see if my opponent actually gets there. Because we could have blocked and then gone down to 1 and see if my opponent actually sacrifices, which I assume my opponent would have. Alright, Disdainful Stroke. You're an option. We saw some decent cards worth countering at the 4 manas slot. Those are some of the nice powerful spells were the morph dudes. That's an option. Is there anything I don't really like? I think Savage Punch will end up being good. Like, we get one of our 2/3s down against my opponent's morphs while they're tapped out. Plus, we saw with the Ghost Fire Blade, it gets really nice. Definitely like the Force Away here. Like our own Winter Flame. Love our flyers. Our late game's good. Yeah, did I take out a Force Away or a Savage Punch for Disdainful Stroke? I don't think so. I actually think I'm just going to run it back and try to play quickly. Definitely want to play first. We have lands, so we're keeping. We also get Anafanza down, ostensibly on turn 3, which is always fantastic. And actually, with time, we might be able to try to rush out a nice early strategy. I am going to go ahead and play this Dismal Backwater before I play anything else to get the Anafanza rocking and rolling. Although now I want the Jungle Hollow. Alright, so we have black. Oh, we have white. Black, green, or whatever. Okay, and then we'll just go ahead and rock Anafanza out. Let me just, so white, black, green. Got it. White, black, green. Cool. And that's really hard to deal with on a turn 3 Anafenza. I don't get to start pumping up. Attacking for 4 each turn is pretty nice. Here comes a Wind Scout. What's my follow-up? Oh, a Kirin, you say? Kind of a Nombo with Anafenza, but it keeps me very well alive. Can't complain about 4 a turn. Now, can we? No one's going to be able to start interacting with Anafenza in ways I have to consider, but again, that initial hit-in's nice. We can start building our Archer's Parapet up with Anafenza. That's a thing. Opponent is going in. That's fine. We'll play this race game. I'm pretty sure I win it. Opponent has a Morty Word. Okay, so start getting other things down on the table. I assume a Morph. Yep, it's a Morph. Definitely attacking with both. Play the race thing. I assume my opponent won't block. If my opponent doubles blocks, we get it with the Force Away here. We still got to play our Archer's Parapet. Opponent is going for it. I want to kill the Morph over the War Shrieker. Just because I don't know what the Morph is, it could be one of those wind things. Sure, the War Shrieker can start to do more things as well. Yeah, let's loot. Sure. Say goodbye. That guy's gone. We'll play our Parapet. I'm trying to. Thank you. I didn't know what was going on. I was so confused. Let's get our graveyards out. Opponent gets right on again. I assume another War Shrieker comes down, possibly another Morph. Ooh, an Arc Lightning. Taking out my Alabaster Kirin. You little hoo-ha. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. We get a Treasure Cruise here. Opponent's tapped out. We just get to tack in for free. No! Please tell me. Size of lag. Did it work? Am I attacking with Anafenza? I really want to attack with Anafenza. Let me attack with Anafenza! Why? Alright, I gotta attack. I had to reboot everything. Moto died on me. A little worried about time here, but I still gotta do this. See what we got. Lots of great cards. Nothing I can cast now. We'll play the Bivouac first and pass the turn. Then we'll use Master the Way to keep clearing the way. Swarm of Bloodflies will be good. Maybe I play that first, so I don't need to worry about that. I'm just worried about time. Ooh, Winterflame. That's really nice. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll attack in here and use Winterflame if my opponent tries to do shenanigans. I don't mind doing, if my opponent wants to double block, that's actually okay. Even though it clears the board, we're in good shape with our backup plan. Ooh, Suruk Dragonclaw. Can't be countered. I'm going to do both. Tap target creature. Tap. We're going to tap you, and I'm going to kill you. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Alright, legendary creatures against legendary creatures. Yeah, you don't want to block. Thing is, that really puts a cramp in my aggressive style here. Master of the Way might be able to start killing Sarek at some point. But I don't have time for this. Glacial Stalker is good. 1, 2, 3. I only get to do 4 to Surrak, which means for now we're just on block mode. So we'll get our flyer out. And I will go ahead and play my Morph instead of my Lose Life. Which is, I meant the Parapet, is what I meant by Lose Life. Let's get our board out. We can take a hit from Surrak. My opponent can't really afford to attack with all this awesomeness happening. What does my opponent have? Pearl again. Dang! My opponent's deck's insane. Didn't realize till just now. Could attack in for 3. Do 4, 2 turn clock, but I'm... Because if I do... Attacking with Anafenza as well as a Cisco? Deals damage to target creature or player. Alright. I can do 1 damage to my opponent. Didn't think about that earlier. I still like having the board presence. So if my opponent attacks in with these guys... So my opponent flashed in the Pearl Lake. Do I just take it? Do I start chumping? I just take it for the first round. Oh gosh, and there's a Delve here. Jeez Louise. I'm gonna treasure cruise of your own, I see. That's not good. At least the thing's tapped out. Attacking with Pearl Lake Ancient. You can just bounce it if something crazy goes down. Do I just throw the Archer's Parapet in front at the moment? It dies, it becomes a 3/3? I guess so. No, I mean, I'll take the first 7. I'm okay with that. Mardu Heartpiercer. Can I close this game out right now? Attacking for 2. Which is really 3. If Anafenza gets blocked, I can still just Master of the Way. Only do 2 damage though that way. Yeah, I'm attacking with everything. Should do some good work for us. That guy's lethal next turn. Kill you. F6. Yeah, I'm not gonna be. I think I'm gonna time out this game. I think I'm gonna win this, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to win the next game in 4 minutes. I will block the Pearl Lake Ancient in case there is the Flying Crane technique, which, gosh, if my opponent has that also in deck, that's insane. We didn't see any of this like crazy power last game and we still lost. Oh, Amy G. Deloyd. What a fine deck you have. I like my deck too, though. Tormenting Voice. Go for it. Actually, I should just do the Parapet and then block with my Heartpiercer. Yeah, I think that's what I do. Nah, that seems silly. Yeah, we'll do it. This guy's a lethal kid here. Put us to deal with a swarm of bloodflies anyway. And if not, then this is a good way to try to close out the game with our Master of the Way as well. So I think we're there with the parapet. Ooh, 1 life gain. Don't love that. Alrighty. That should do it. Alright. 4 minutes. Let's see. Surak, Perligate. So a bunch of flash cards. Okay, this Disdainful Stroke for sure is coming in now. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I feel like Jeskai Charm might be the right way to go. Just because it's harder to cast. Savage Punch I still like. My opponent actually has bigger beef than I do. And the things that I care about actually are worse. Yeah, we're going to take out Savage Punch now. Alright. Can I magically win in 4 minutes? We've got to keep, though it's not great. But we got spells to cast, and that's the idea. We do have, 3 of our colors of mana, after all. Most importantly, we have a morph. We'll be able to get to the Rotting Mastodon soon enough. Hey, Nomad Outpost, that's nice. Alright. Morph on morph action. Come on. Come on, buddy. I will snap block. I just want my opponent's creatures gone. No, I can't afford this. Stop doing that. Master of the Way for Abomination. Alright, somewhat fair. Follow-up play. We're gonna go Parapet into Mastodon and then maybe get to some action to get to a place where we can win. Leaping Master, you are a leaper, my friend. Actually, now I will go ahead and play a different morph. Yeah, I don't mind just turning things off in any case. Having pressure on the board's better. Parapet's fine, but I'd rather just use more mana here. Still willing to trade off. Just because I don't have flyers yet. So when that guy gets to be a flyer, that's going to be a bummer. Alright, Treasure Cruise, that's what we're talking about. Time to get our Mastodon online. Worried about my opponent getting up to this kind of mana base here. Maybe we'll start doing all those big old flashy things. We'll have some ways to deal with something crazy, but we'll see. Opponent's able to do some looting here. Opponent does nothing, we're just going to Treasure Cruise. Opponent does do nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Get our cruise on. Oh, that's great. Murderous Cut's exactly what I'm looking for. Opponent has enough mana to do anything on this turn. So I can attack in for 2 here. We don't have a lot of pressure, so it's a slow kill here. But we're there. So my opponent's just digging for some powerhouse here with that Tormenting Voice, naturally. Here's a burn away. I think we just keep the pressure up. Do the burn away. Yeah. just because I need to try to close this game out one way or another. Exiling's nice for the delve thing. I would not have done Burn Away if I didn't have my other removal spells available, by the way. There goes the Tormenting Voice. Opponent's still digging. Air of the Wilds is nice. Still going to keep attacking. We'd love to get the air down. This might be Sirach, but we have Murderous Cut. It's not. So we'll play our Duders here. Try to get there the next few minutes. Kind of cracks the wooded foothills. Still digging for more of those big old bombs in the deck. Really need an evasive creature. So I put enough life till if the Perlic Ancient comes down, can just bounce it with all those lands. Having all the bounce and the removal is nice though, so at least we can get some action on. You know, force my opponent to spend a bunch of mana, bounce a bunch of lands. Just going to keep the attacks up, though. War Behemoth, okay. Let's see if my opponent has said Perlic Ancient or Sirach. We still have the Murderous Cut. Sirach would be better. Is that pronounced right now? It's Perlic Ancient. Alright, so here's the 6/7. I think we just bounce it. Try to get damage, and the thing is my opponent gets to do that. Is there a way to kill it? I mean, I could do this, but my opponent just gets to put a bunch of lands in hand. How many islands is it? Return 3 lands controlled to their owner's hands. 1, 2, 3. Then my opponent has 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and do a force away here. Try to do a tempo hit. See if we can win in time. I'm down at 125. I'm taking way too long on a lot of this. Come on. Again, just more beef on the table. And that's the goal. Oh, no, okay. I don't think we can get there now. It's just not going to work. Ooh, Arc Lightning. Taking out my air. Marty Heartpiercer's nice. We're going to keep the bashes going. Kill one of those goblins with a Heartpiercer. Because now my opponent's just trying to stay alive, understandably. Ooh. Dang, man. I'm going to Parapet an F6. Treasure Cruise? Jeez. I thought there might have been over. Now my opponent's probably going to be able to put some more blockers down. I'm going to keep pounding away, though. There's a Morph. So we might be able to get just enough through in order to do this Jeskai Charm to the face. We'll see. I was just trying to stay alive, understandably. Alright, I might be able to get this next turn with the Jeskai Charm. It's really my only chance on the life here. I assume I can't, but we're gonna try. Definitely gonna try. Ooh, 1,000 wins. All right. Opponent could go greedy, try to attack. Maybe I get there? I don't even know. Don't even know. All right. Oh, we got there with that. Can't imagine my opponent not blocking, but it's really my only bet here because I can't win in another turn. So my opponent has to just chump. Yeah, my opponent chumped. Alright, still might be able to get there. I have 10 seconds. I need to get 3 damage in plus the Jeskai charm. Which is why I should have played the Anafanza. Dang it! I messed up there. Don't want to do that. 1,000 wins is coming down here. I could have won if I had played the Anafanza. Could have won. Ah, ran out of time. Alright, so the time definitely got to me, and that's always an issue. What I could have done, as I was just mentioning, was if I hadn't gotten flustered, I could have played this Anafanza and have Anafanza and War Behemoth down, attacked with both, one of them would have gotten through, and then Jeskai Charm to the face. There might have also been better lines of play in general with Magic, but I was trying to go as quick as possible. But that one had a little bit of close. So ultimately I was timing out, but still. Well, such is life. Still super fun. Woohoo! Glad we still have a fantastic deck to keep messing around with. And we'll go on to round 2.